They say it's impossible to guarantee a lottery win, that the house always wins, and those who do should quit while they're ahead. But that's not true of this two-time jackpot winner, accountant and lottery mastermind. Find out how it's previously been done as we enter the mind of Stefan Klincewicz. So in May of 1992, he headed a syndicate that gathered in Scruffy Murphy's bar, Ireland. Some 2 years after he and the bar owner, Paddy Mulligan, had won their first 2.4 million lottery prize together. These beer buddies have been waiting almost 2 years for this moment, as there'd been a double rollover on the lottery, leaving a jackpot of £1.7 million. Their plan was simple. At the time, the Irish lottery had 36 balls and cost 50 pence to enter per line. This meant that there was 1.94 million possible winning combinations, not to mention all the secondary prizes such as £100 for 4 balls. At 50p a line, it would cost £973,896 to play every single combination in the Irish lottery. They were planning a brute force attack that would essentially allow them to buy the lotto jackpot. The plan. So this was a military-style operation that was planned by this half-Polish accountant. Just 3 days before the rollover jackpot was to be drawn, he gathered 243,472 entry slips for the National Lottery. Previously, the 21-member strong syndicate had raised £970,000 in order to place all of these selections, expecting a 30% return on their investment. They'd carefully placed runners all around the country at different hotels with money and slips, ready to place multiple selections on the day of the rollover. They even went as far as targeting specific terminals that were not usually used that much by the general public, so they could get massive amounts of selections and slips through as quick as possible. And on top of that, they placed the hot numbers selections first. More explained on that in a separate video we'll leave in the end screen. So what happened? On the days leading up to the lottery draw, the syndicate oversaw the hand filling out of all of these slips to ensure that every combination was covered. By Saturday the 30th of May 1992, where the draw was to take place, they carried out their brute force attack, all striking at the same time in different places. It didn't take long for Lottery HQ to realise, because newsagents and various outlets that provided the facility to place these bets with the National Lottery were suddenly taking 10 times and in some cases 15 times the amount of selections and slips that they usually would. In one case, one newsagent even phoned up Lottery HQ in Abbey Street, Dublin, to ensure that it was actually okay to take £5,000 worth of selections in one sitting. Lottery HQ said it was fine because intrusive affordability checks weren't yet a thing, although shortly after they then sent out a message to all newsagents and terminal owners to say that they were changing the terms and invoking a clause within their terms and conditions with the newsagents to dissuade them from selling entries. Rumour has it that some newsagents even pulled down the shutters and shut up for the day. Now this was a turn that the syndicate wasn't expecting, which was problematic, although they still managed to purchase 820,000 combinations, which was around about 80% of the total combinations. Afterwards, Stefan was heard to have said that the trick was to choose machines where you didn't usually get public placing selections, and therefore they didn't get in the way. Later that evening, on Saturday the 30th, the draw was announced on the Pat and Kenny show in Ireland, but there were 2 other winners, meaning there was a total of 3 winners overall. Another syndicate from Newbridge had tried to do something similar, and a ticket from Dunners Stores in Finglas had also had the winning combination, which meant each winner only got a third of the total jackpot, at around about £568,682. Although we have to remember here, a lot of the ancillary prizes of 4 numbers or more went to Stefan and his syndicate, bringing in a total of £1.16 million, allowing them a profit of £310,000 after all the expenses that had been incurred. So although, as you may expect, this was a disappointing result for the syndicate, it was still a profitable one, and they had still managed to guarantee and secure a lotto win. Now this is an important point in lottery history, because afterwards the Irish lottery actually changed how they operate. They added a midweek draw, and they also added more numbers, making it harder to have a brute force attack on the possible combinations. Now if you play the Irish lottery, you're looking at around about 10.7 million to 1 instead of that 1.94 million to 1 that was previous. When they were asked to comment on this coup, they turned around and said that they declared it to be legal, although it wasn't in the spirit of playing the National Lottery. Which all sounds very similar to UK bookies boo-hooing when they have profitable customers turn up on their sports books. Now, if you're intrigued about hot and cold numbers that are previously mentioned in this video, then check out this video here in the end screen, where it explains fully how you can maximise your chances of getting a big win if you're playing the lottery. Also, we've got a video underneath explaining the only sports betting strategy that actually works. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe.